Prayer is our primary communication with God. And I know if you've been doing journeys with us any length of time, or if this is your first one, you've probably heard that a lot, or you may kind of understand that in general concept that we say, well, yeah, prayer is powerful and we should pray. But what we miss a lot of the times is the idea of the daily conversation with God, and the idea that prayer is in fact a two-directional conversation, a bi-directional, if you will. It goes back and forth. And many times what we do is we tend to pray, but we never really give God time to respond. We tend to just kind of ask for what we want, and then we just kind of leave it at that and like, all right, thanks God. Kind of, unfortunately, sometimes like genie in a bottle concept of God. We just rub the lamp, get what we want out of it, and if he doesn't answer us, we kind of get upset. But in fact, he probably has answered, just may not be the answer we wanted, because we may have been, as James says, praying amiss and kind of asking outside the will of God, wanting our own desires versus God's desires. And so in this time of prayer today, what I want us to do is just a very simple prayer. It's a very simple prayer, but in my opinion, it's probably one of the most powerful prayers we can pray. And that is to pray that God, give me your desire, and God, give me your will, your plan, your purpose. And that's what I want us to pray, is just simply share with me, God, your will. I want your will, your plan, your purpose. If you recall, this is out of the Lord's Prayer, where it says, your kingdom come, your will be done. And that is really probably one of the best and most powerful prayers we can pray, is God, teach me your will. Give me your will. Give me your desires. I want to live a life of following Christ. Give me the very will and desires that you have. I am here and ready. And so if you want to do this in a contemplative manner, as Jade kind of explained to us earlier this week, where we kind of set, whether it be with your palms up, kneeling, what have you, and you kind of meditate on it in your mind, and you think about the idea of, God, what is your will, your plan, your purpose? That's what I want. Or whether you choose to do it in a repetition type prayer or a meditative prayer with the template using the Lord's Prayer even. But really engage your heart and your mind in this. And I challenge you for this time, and maybe even for the rest of today, just let that be the constant thing replaying in your mind, is, God, I want your will, your plan, and your purpose. I want to understand who you are. Because as we go through today and the rest of the week, and we start really now moving on after today from the history of the Bible and how it came to be, and we start understanding how to actually study Scripture itself, it is vastly important that we really have the heart and the will of God in mind when we read it and when we begin to study it. So take this time now and pray this very simple but very powerful prayer of, God, give me your will, your plan, and your purpose.